John and Essie says, Meran, did you have a mentor in your life? And could you tell us a little bit about him or her? If so, I have one. Am a. I have one. I'm a sales manager. I have one. I'm a sales manager in the automotive business. I find them very important to success. Well, if I can think back, I did in different times of my life, different people. Some were historical figures, but the roots of those historical figures was what I learned from my dad. He was a very educated man. He had a PhD in law and highly read. Very fair in his life, very well read in the politics of the world, geography of the world. He was very knowledgeable. Very logical and very practical. Very good morals and balanced, And the older I got, the more I appreciated him. I always loved him. He was my dad. And to me, he was an important figure. And he always had my back. He was not that so much like, mothers would be, to be overly huggy and all that. But he was balanced with it all. But he always had my back. Always. But he always let me struggle with what I had to struggle, the challenges. Then he would have my back if I couldn't have. And I never knew he would have my back, but he always did. So I learned a lot from him. And the older I got, the discussions we had, I learned lots of politics of the world from him. And I read stuff because of his influence about how important it was to know stuff about politics of the world and things like that. Then I had a different mentor when I was, I got to train as an equestrian. And my instructor was a military colonel. And he had graduated from the military school of riding in Saumur, France. He was very disciplined, very strict, very tough, but very fair. When you were on a horse in a lineup training, nothing could pass through him, and everything had to be disciplined and precise, with proper behavior with the horse, no violence, all technique, all communication with the horse. And everything, he had like 30, 40 horses in one setting, and all horses, according to his instructions, were all unified in behavior. And these were one of the smallest projects, like it was a schooling thing. But he had morals impeccable. And I loved my father so much. I never ever called anybody like my father. He was friend of my father. My father knew him. And he was the only one that I actually said, He was like my father because he really cared, and he also, considered me as his son. So I learned quite a bit from his manners, morals, moralities, and discipline at work, attention to work, attention to detail, precision in his work, and the way he conducted himself in society. Very honorable, very respectful. And he knew stuff. He knew his stuff. Anyhow, so it was an honor to learn from him. We became very close. I mean, his family, his daughter, his sons, his wife. I was always there for lunch after training and before training. And his home was right close to the club. And so I learned a lot from him. Then there were historical mentors that I tried to see what I can learn. And then, of course, there were here and there my Aikido instructors, different one at different times, that I picked them as mentor without them knowing, but I was watching and learning what's there, what's good to learn from this person, that person, what's not good to learn from this person, that person. Pretty much. And your mentors don't have to be older than you. My son was my mentor at his very, very young age. Things that we discussed, I looked into what he said, the wisdom of a child, which was way beyond many older people, depending on how you're looking at it. And if you're looking to learn something, or just looking to, converse or not pay attention to what a child says, but in fact, if you look into the logic of it, you will learn a lot. And the way he treated me or interacted with me while I was going through my own challenges. And all of that could be teaching, could be learning. You can learn from a tree. You can learn from the wave of the ocean. And another mentor in my life was nature. Nature, the energy in the nature, the key, the flow of events, the effect of the key on the events. We're trying to learn from the movement of the nature, which is a bit crazy, but hey, nobody said I'm sane. So that's in a nutshell. That's all you get today.